Hey there, I'm back again with another little process video. This one is a page from Big Game Saga, and this is showcasing my inking process after I've laid out the page. So one thing that I've started to do is when I lay out a page, I will select certain panels and basically just get rid of them. So they're empty just below where the ink is happening on this dead guy's face right now. The next panel down is another dead guy who's down there, and he's not actually in his own panel, he's on the background. So I think it helps with the page flow if you have boxes and every single panel is within its own box. It's a certain style of making a page, but this gives it a little bit more of a modern flair. In 90s comic book making, they would have a giant anchor image and then they would put in boxes all around it and it floats around. Sometimes it can get real confusing though, so you have to be careful about that. So yeah, with the inking stuff here, first thing I'm doing is I'm kind of blocking in all my hard lines, and then I'll put in some shadows and stuff like that, but nothing real heavy. It's mostly just trying to add line weight and things like that, so I know where stuff is going to be. This is Saga getting shocked with an electric net that he's been trapped in by this other guy who's like a merc from the future who was sent back in time to go capture the ninja Saga. In this scene, he finds his two other compatriots dead, one of them with a ninja rake stuck in his face and the other one with two throwing stars, one stuck in his eye and the other one stuck in his throat. Yeah, so after I've gotten all of the inks in, then I come in with some light shadows. I put it at like a 40% opacity on the layer just to block it in. And I'm looking at the page dynamic while I'm doing it. So, you know, while these shadows might not be exactly realistic based on where the light source is necessarily, you're really trying to get page dynamic, right? So you want to look at the page and be like, it's heavy enough in this portion, it's light enough in that portion. You're also trying to draw the eye to certain things. One trick that I've learned is you can leave one, maybe two panels with absolutely no background at all, and it looks good. It helps to kind of balance out the page, because if you have a background in every single panel and you have weird stuff going on in every single panel, it can just get confusing, you know. So, but what do I know? Not much. Yeah, so once I've got these shadows in, what I do is I select them and then I go in and I will actually go over them with like a watercolor brush, which Clip Studio Paint has a lot of really nice watercolor brushes. You can get some cool textures, and it gives it that ink wash feel based on like your pressure and all that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just adding details to the background of this bottom panel and trying to get Homeboy to stand out a little bit.